you guys for coming back. Today, I'm going to share 3 things that are going to help you better attract employers during this crazy COVID-19 pandemic. Now, these are 3 tips, 3 general areas that I know for a fact will at least help you get your foot in the door while a lot of people are experiencing, basically a pause right now in the hiring game. And I understand that especially for recent graduates, this is such a place of anxiety right now. I'm sure that a lot of you are kind of going crazy like, man, I just graduated and here I am thinking that I'm about to jump right into my career, which is a traditional mindset, right? After going through college or even high school or whatever program you've completed, your hopes is to get a job or finally start your career. And right now, that's difficult for a lot of people. However, I've got 3 main areas that you can focus on basically to help you get your foot in the door, for 1, and 2, give you a better chance of getting recognized by employers. The first one, we're going to talk about image. Okay, not necessarily just about how you look. We're not talking about your presentation in person, but it's actually the opposite. The presentation really of your online presence when you're not in person. And employers, believe it or not, they're looking at social media. They are looking at your social media pages. I'm telling y'all, you have to be careful. Please be mindful now more than ever, as we are in a virtual state of living in general right now. Now more than ever, obviously, they're going to be looking at your online presence, your online image. Something that you should really start thinking about right now is cleaning up your web pages, cleaning up your social media pages, cleaning those things up. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, obviously, you want to get rid of, if your page is public, this is obviously pertaining to people whose pages are public. You want to get rid of embarrassing images, something that, might be cringeworthy. Go ahead and archive it. Go ahead and delete it. Go ahead and just hide that thing, because you don't want employers to be looking at that stuff and getting the wrong, perception of you, because perception is key when you're only able to kind of gauge someone online, when you're not able to really talk with them yet. And so you want to be mindful of pictures and videos, and even pictures and videos that you're tagged in. A lot of people forget that, yes, you may have cleaned up your own page and you may have deleted or archived pictures and videos or whatever, unfollowed, maybe unfavorable or distasteful website pages or whatever. You might have cleaned everything up in that way, but don't forget that you also have to be mindful for the things that you're tagged in. Yes, things that you're tagged in can get you overlooked. You want to be careful that you're not being spammed. Definitely be mindful about that. And one way that you can prevent that from happening is by having security measures on your page, please. So for the second tip for attracting employers, it is presence. All right, so presence. What do I mean by presence, and how is that different from image? Well, number 1 was image, and that was about your online image, what you actually physically have on your social media pages or your websites or things like that. Presence is more of the deliberate actions that you're taking to be seen in a professional sense. So what do I mean by that? Well, number 1, what are you putting out there to attract employers to you? Whether it is an online portfolio, an online resume, your actual resume, a virtual resume, or even a professional website. And that's something that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about when it comes to online presence. So right now, we are in a virtual age, right? We're in a virtual age. Thanks to this COVID-19 pandemic, we're deeper into it. And so how can we take advantage of that? Number 1, definitely start researching ways that you can put your online resume, how you can put your resume online. How do you do that? How do you best attract employers to your special attributes and your professional hard skills? How do you do that? What's the best platform? Well, there are several out there. The first one that I want to talk to you about is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the best professional connecting resources out there. I love LinkedIn personally, but LinkedIn has so many tools on it where you can literally connect with people. You can literally find people online that have similar job interests, that have jobs that are open, that have just different interests that maybe you match with. And there are different tools on LinkedIn that you can use to actually find those employers and to find employees, just like any other job resource, such as Indeed or HireEd Jobs or any of these other platforms that hire people and that do basically headhunting. But when it comes to LinkedIn and honing in on your online presence, there are a bunch of ways that we can attract employers to us, right? Especially online. But what sets us apart is how we use these different resources that are out there, how we use different platforms, and the way that we put our online resume together. So the first resource that I gave you was LinkedIn, and I'll come back to that too. But secondly, start thinking about ways that you can maybe build your own personal website. A personal website has similar things to LinkedIn. Sure, you're going to have maybe a resume on there, but you can create it in such a different way. So for example, there's an About Me out there. That is a platform. About Me is a platform where you can literally put things down about yourself. And it's just a short snippet, a short, pretty much one-page website where you can talk about yourself in a way that gives potential employers a way into who you are and the things that interest you. And to go a little bit deeper than About Me, you have other online platforms that are actually able to build portfolios for you. Wix is another one, Squarespace is another one, and Adobe Portfolio. Those three right there are different resources, different tools that you can use to build your online portfolio. Sure, when it comes to building a website, that might seem like more of an activity that someone who maybe is an actor, a model, a writer, a software engineer, something along those lines, those careers, that's something that will be more advantageous for them. Sure, it's a way that they can display their skills in a more artistic way by having more visuals. However, it's still an opportunity for other people to advertise themselves. So we're not just talking about pictures, but we're talking about the way that you organize your professional skills. You can do this in a variety of ways through a portfolio, through an online resume, which you can use in Wix, which have templates for that. Squarespace has templates for that, as well as Adobe Portfolio. And those are three main ones that I wanted to give you guys and I wanted to share with you, and also About Me, because those are four that are really being used. Believe it or not, employers are looking at your social media, but if you give them a link to your page, they will look. And so use that to your advantage. In this competitive market, there's always something that's going to set you apart, but you got to figure out what it is. And right now, being able to hone in all those skills that you have on your resume into maybe visual representations, or to dive deeper into your achievements and your past employment in a form of a website, that's even more, just different. It's just different. Not many people do that, and not many people have time to do that. And so that's why it would be advantageous for you to take advantage of that. Try it out. The third nugget that I want to leave you guys with when it comes to attracting employers is networking. Now, some people are a little intimidated when it comes to networking because it means that you have to go out and talk. You have to go out and meet people. Well, we're in a pandemic right now. COVID has us locked in just a little bit. However, I'm going to go back to LinkedIn again, because LinkedIn is a great resource that you can use to literally connect and network with people. There are different groups, there are different resources and tools on it that help connect people with similar interests, and it's a way that you can actually find employers. And so what I encourage everyone to do while you're working on your LinkedIn page, also be mindful of groups that you might want to be a part of. Research the company that you're interested in. That's the number one thing, right? When you're applying for a job, you got to do the research. And so when you're doing the research, also find out the people that maybe are heads of the department. Connect with them. And I won't talk about it in this video, but it goes a long way when you step out and you take a risk and you do something like connect with someone and even send them an email along with your connection invite, or just send a message along the connection website or with the connection invite. That can go a long way. Believe me, I have done it. The worst thing that can happen is they don't respond, but guess what? You're still in their inbox. And so that's just another way to give you a leg up on the competition. It's a way that you can improve your image. It's a way that you can improve your online presence. And it's you actually virtually networking. And so I hope that you guys take these 3 tips and you use them, and I hope that they bring you success during this time where, it's hard to get out there and really look for jobs and connect with people. But at the same time, when you do these 3 things, it will at least get your foot in the door and headed in the right direction.